going, everybody? It's truly great to be alive.
Okay, it's almost like there are two versions of
I'm
him.
enduring.
I told you that's weird. I know
What
exactly
is-
what you mean.
Some of the last moments and memories I'll ever have with my mom. So I'm gonna take every single moment.
Not to
as it is.
objectify you, but you look
Very hard.
really hot. So weird. Weird. You think it's a kiss right now? So that's a yes?
It's just like if people see you with me, then they're gonna think
What? That I'm massively into you? Good.
So there she is. She's laying down. I just got a cold.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Cold
what do you
rag
think
on her.
Simon would hate more? That you're like besties with the people you despised? Or
She's definitely
you're
a
hooking
fighter.
up with the girl
I
that
love
you
her.
like? Wow. Just a little food for thought.
So, you guys got different messages?
Simon says, skip your
God's
math
in
midterm
control
today.
of
Kiss
everything.
your tutor at lunch
And
tomorrow.
that is
And
amazing.
the rest of us got nothing.
Right.
So right now
Guys, it
there's a
doesn't make
lesson
sense.
we need to all learn.
Simon
here.
says knows what we did. Why would they want us
My
to
mom
kiss him?
is
They want you to kiss someone.
Look, I know it may seem random, right? But think about the watch. 1 second I'm wearing it to school, no big deal. Next thing I know, cops have it.
Nothing's random. No, they're getting personal.
I think she's
And it is her
confused.
post. I mean,
Fighting
you skip a
hard.
math test midterm.
to try to hang
anxious
on to
Fiona?
life.
Is that really going to torture you?
Which is good. No.
It's over.
I think it's just getting started.
She wants to make it right.
We killed someone.
It was
To make
self-defense.
it right.
Ever since Jade
Sad.
ran off to Mexico, Murder Club have been looking extremely guilty.
Did it? It's nothing.
So did we all got the same message?
Simon says, do what I say, or I won't know what you did.
We have to figure out what Simon says is.
Until then, we need to do whatever they say.
I love you so much. I love you so much, okay? You're my best friend. You've been my best friend most of my entire life. You've been here for me because I call you and talk to you and tell you my things and you listen. I'm so sorry. You're not just my mom. You're a woman. You're someone's daughter. You're someone's wife. You're a woman. And I'm proud to know you and be your son. I love you so much, Mom. I want you to lay down and get some rest, okay? Well, I'll stay here with you. Okay. Yes, I love you so much too. In these moments, because this is my life, this is my story, this is my life too. You're my life too. We've been doing this together. I know this is hard. It's really hitting home for me. I'm just gonna let you do your thing and mind my own business. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. You can't escape the inevitable. I'm just gonna sit here with you. Christ is with us, okay? The Lord is with us. The Lord is with us, Mom. I know. Try not to worry so much about anything and just... I'm gonna go, okay? I need you to rest. Can you rest? Okay.
It's like suddenly I'm wearing this big fat neon sign that says, "Look out, everybody, she's pregnant, careful," and everybody's treating me so differently. I'm still me, there's just a whole lot more of me going on. Hey, guys.
So this guy here, being as successful as he was, I figured that I would go ahead and take some of his stuff by actually giving him my own time and helping him at night. So anyways, he said this is one of the things to consider. He goes, see this small hallway here? Well, there's no cleaning company that has the contract on this hallway. So he goes, I bid on it. I bid $30 a week. But when you take that $30 a week and how much time it takes to do it, and multiply that for a month, you know, it ends up being $900 a month. And then, almost $12,000 a year. That's an added deal in not even 10 minutes worth of work.
Can't beat it. Right there. Boom. Right there.
Yeah, so that's the moral of that is, doesn't matter the large things, you can always do similar incomes over the small things that take way less
That's
time.
why I like doing the... Okay, so as I sit here and envision my life moving forward in the future, and I realize, okay, people have their life and I have my life. I no longer am open for pushing myself too much into other people's stuff and getting wrapped up in their affairs that entangle me away from my affairs. And I'm pretty much setting those boundaries. But I would like to create contracts with people that are fruitful. Like I would like to work with you on one doing the ring making and doing jewelry. I think that would be great for the both of us. I think it would give us bonding time. It would help us, really get to know one another and have fun being creative and tapping into our feminine, creative, divine, creative ability for ourselves. I think you can teach me a massive load of stuff. And I'm optimistic. Two, you love woodworking. I love doing woodworking. I'd love to do more with Lon, but I'm starting to realize I can't push things on Lon. I can't ask Lon to play music with me and expect him to be committed to it. I can't ask Lon, I don't know if you remember when you were doing the plantation house in Putnam Hall, you guys were doing the floors up there, and Uncle Len started to do some woodworking with some of the boards that were just scraps and laying around, and started making these little tables, and I was like, that's amazing. And then I think Lon started making these little rolling trays with little tiny compartments, and I was like, dude, we could make those and sell them, and that would be amazing, because we'd be selling a part of ourselves and what we love to do. And he fell out of that. He didn't see any passion or inspiration in it. And to me, I think that's where the gold is. That's actually where the money is, all inside those things, all those little products. And when I look at us doing maybe cutting boards, we don't have to take it too seriously, but imagine if we were just doing it for fun and we were making little large cutting boards and a few ones out there. We create a design. We then either carve it or sketch it onto the cutting board. We then are selling a brand, a name, an art design, an image. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
And then we are in people's kitchens. I don't know. I actually love Abalonian and Sons and kind of making that come back a little bit. And not letting these beautiful, amazing ideas that are gifted to us by God fan the flames on them.
Imagine a little bit of money here, a little bit of money here, and a little bit of there. I'm just trying to live my life without, Chimera, you need something? You want to hang out? Here you go. I love you. It's no big deal. Oh, I got a bill coming up? No big deal. Here it is. It's taken care of. I'm not trying to get rich. I'm already rich. I breathe every day. I'm gifted this thing called life. How can I make it not a struggle, but where we're all like really living in harmony with each other? Because and if you're in separation, I think you're doing it to yourself. Like, Lon's situation, I can only help him so far. If he doesn't want to see the light at the end of the tunnel, then what do? We just live our best life, right?
Well, the whole thing is when somebody sees something happening, then they, sometimes it takes that to move them forward. They don't have the initiative to, even if they do see the dream, to actually start
The process.
motion.
Okay.
So that's why it says faith, which is a vision, having faith without action is dead. So that's scripture. So. No, it's a real good idea. I was looking at some, as a matter of fact, I was doing some research on different style cutting boards just, 2 weeks ago.
Really?
I got access to some pretty cool wood. Just even doing simple designs. Anyway. That's a good idea.
Well, the inspiration that happened for me was, I'm at Joey's house and I lived a very modest, simple life. I, don't really have more than what I need or I will utilize, if you will. So everything that became around me was kind of more of efficiency rather than aesthetic look or the idea of some kind of artifact of just deep pleasure. It became an essence. So using Joe's products was like, well, I'm using Joe's cutting board, and I was thinking, Joe doesn't really use the cutting board. I wonder if I can have the cutting board. But I was like, no, Seneca, it's going to be okay. You'll find your own cutting board. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and look up cutting boards. And I feel like that the more you use your cutting board, it actually is really something personal towards your whole entire routine and rituals of eating food. It really is. It becomes something special. And
you take care of the cutting board.
Yep.
And you use oils that are not only anti-contaminating but safe to consume.
Okay.
Like
Yes.
oil.
Okay.
So
Perfect. That's.
and they make other oils like booze block oil. Anyways, it's a good idea. Hey, I'll talk to you about it more, son. I was right in the middle of an interview.
Okay, I
online,
understand.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to run these by you. I'm going to put them in motion.
Good stuff.
If we can set up a little spot maybe where I can, we'll discuss it more like you said. I love you so much. Okay. You have a wonderful morning. Take care. Take care. Bye. How's it going, everybody? It's great to be alive. So, for people out there that are truly suffering, a lot of things that I've learned, and I have covered before, is that emotions, the emotional body, is very significant. And those who ignore their emotions, especially the older generations, can find a habit in their self ignoring yours. Those who treat you the way that they do will find patterns in their life of where they become treated exactly the same way. And you must allow the course of nature to take fold as life unfolds in its own eudaimonia, to not get in the way of people's karmic consequences, the trials of their tribulations. I feel as though they suffer so much that they don't want to suffer alone. So they want to drag other people into their muck, not considering that maybe you are not involved in those things. Like I said, the fact that they lacked consideration in other people's feelings and the situation at hand of what was going on in their life created a catalytic, almost ricochet reaction to where the boomerang or the life comes back. You reap what you sow, if you will. So people are suffering right now emotionally. I'm I love you so much, and I'm here to tell you these things to gain a sense of understanding so you can stand on your own ground. A sense of standing over the situation where you can inner reflect, reflect inwardly on these deep scenarios or events or now newfound memories or even thoughts that have culminated, arose out of the pain itself. There's going to be all those reactions that come with it as well from the one cause of all the actions following. And to sit in that and analyze them eventually will give you the power and strength necessary. Setting boundaries. One of the things I just deeply learned was faith is the vision, and faith without action is dead. So this is where I see now one must act truly. That way they're acting in accordance with one, the vision, and the faith to pursue. So this is where I'm now actually going into where I realize people condescend you. They call you to assume already that you're not going to make the right choice. And this right here is a lack of vision or a lack of faith in you, a lack of belief, a lack of not necessarily the vision, because if faith is the vision, I have to truly thank God for my faith then, for the vision. This makes even more sense. So glad that these conversations are being brought to light for me. But when I think about these things in its entirety, then what is the feeling of where people lack because we put faith in so many different things that we mistake faith as the vision. So if faith is the vision, the goal, the idea, then that right there is all encompassing, empowering, and something to believe in and put the act in and know it's going to happen, which is phenomenal. That's a breath of fresh air for me. But the next thing would be then, what is those feelings of doubt that people have and then portray onto you with their own energy, their own emittance of, how do I put it? That's exactly what I'm trying to do, is find the exact word to try to describe what that emotion is that's being emitted from people, that is the lack of vision or the lack of that emphasis of doubt in you that lives in them, the so-called worry as well. Be mindful of those things as they're being promoted onto you from the individuals around you. Know when to cut people off. Say no. And even though it may hurt, allow yourself to sit in that. Why? Because someone preyed on your guilt and made you feel that if you didn't follow through with what they wanted, then maybe they would turn their back on you, or you'd be a bad person to them, or all these things. So you looking out for you over you makes them, so essentially that's what they should have done. That's why it hurts so bad. So learn to cut the ties and be strong in that and exercise that muscle in its extreme till you understand the polarity and find the alignment of its own gray integration of its judgments of good and bad, and those emotions that came with both to finally meet in the middle, from chaos to peace. Does this make sense? Spiritual discipline is a must, a necessity of moving forward. Having the vision, acting on it, understanding it, keep going. Being joyful for each expression within, for it is you and you alone. Look up there. Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
I said I haven't been waking her up to redose her. You know, like I ask her when she's awake, you know, do you want your meds? And she'll sometimes just stare off at me, and then which then she'll lay back down, and then it's like, yeah, okay, no, I'm not giving you your meds. Like, you're fine.
Um. So when did you start noticing her no longer doing the same thing anymore?
Shortly after you guys told me that I had to go home from work with the nosebleeds and constant bleeding.
Who?
Which come to a pause, like they pause for now. I've been seeing that.
Well, the night that I was there on New Year's was a couple nights after you had come home, and she was still kind of moving around. I know that night probably really freaked her out a lot.
Yeah.
So I've been here a total of 10 days today. So I was at your house for 5 days. It's been 5 days since I left. I was, did you guys go to the bank?
No, because Mom can't leave the house.
So
I'll see if they'll take like witnesses and all that shit. Like, does it have to be done in the bank? You know, does it?
what do you need it for, anyways?
So that way, when she passes, I'm able to then just take everything out and close out her account. Otherwise, it goes into probate. Like, if her, hang on a sec, Sarah's calling. She's with Mom. Hang on. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she was just asking if I'd get Dylan. Like, no. You can do that when I get back.
So, with, so she was kind of writing, messages to us the night that you took me here.
Yeah.
So then, what's she been doing since then?
Since then, she's pissed the bed like 3 or 4 times. Barely able to get onto her walker by herself now. You see moments where she snaps back in, and you're like, okay, there's Mom. And then it's gone.
Wow.
Oh no.
What don't you know?
Hospice is telling me prepare.
Well, I mean, like, I sent you a video this morning of, like, other researching, between chlorine dioxide, um, what the heck's his name? The, shit. The something Simpson oils, the Rick Simpson oils, and, the chlorine dioxide. These are things that we could have treated mom right away with that, you know, I think based off maybe shock and maybe not, because I was trying to do alternative treatments right
No,
away.
that's where, like, I kept trying to state that I needed help from dad and everybody else who knew how to get this shit faster, because I was doing everything else I possibly could to pave the way, the rest of the way for mom, as far as the financials and getting the apartment cleaned out and getting some of her accounts shut down. I'm like, when dad is like, hey, I'll help you with this, it's like, yes, please do. Please.
Well, I was, I again, I was not.
Put you in the middle. I'm not gonna, please don't take that like that. I'm
That's
not putting you in the middle. I'm just stating how it really spent and why I'm pretty much just.
well, in the reality of it, it's all happened very, very, very extremely fast.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. And it was almost like what her new primary care physician had said. Everything that they fucking glossed over. They didn't tell me the severity of it 100%.
No matter how we paint the picture, no one's to blame over the situation because God's in control of it all.
Yeah.
And mom also is in, believe it or not, ahead of herself, writing her own fate into where she's making her choices. And you're being used as a vessel of that. The doctors, I don't trust the medical industry. I just don't. And the more that I don't, I'm going to lean more towards finding out deeper, holistic ways of living a cleaner life and treating myself better. That way, I don't end up in the hands of those guys. Because, I mean, I personally think that the moment that mom went in there, they slowly started murdering her.
Yeah, you left, yes.
The moment she got in there.
Yeah.
So, and they're making it sound like these are the feasible and the only decisions we have, when there's ample amounts of evidence on the contrary. I personally think that you also had somebody else telling you and kind of maybe, being somewhat of what appears to be a support system, is one coaxing you along the way, as well as what the choices that are being made, I guess, are the best and only choices. But when her mom's passing away, I want you to pay very close attention to all her actions and how cold she is towards our mom and calculated and acting like mom's patient number 822, and this just is just something, normal. And I want to see how sensitive she is, or desensitized, if you will, apathetic. So, we'll see what happens, right?
Yeah.
And then, you guys, I guess, handle our finances, get the urine. Me and you both have a small minor inheritance coming to us. So then you guys will take whatever finances you, I guess, have gathered or gained out of the situation. We'll decide whether we're going to have a memorial, a wake. I don't know how we're going to do this. I've never done this before for myself.
I haven't either. These are new waters.
So,
This whole fucking thing has been nothing but a new diversion down the river.
well, I'm supposed to get my rig tomorrow, and then I'm not sure of all the fundamentals of the details, but I know that I'd like to get there to Mom and have control over, my situation. What's been going on? I'm not really sure why. I mean, everybody I've talked to, it's like, or at least hearing through the grapevine, it's like, some bits of the family are like, "Where's Seneca? And then people wanting to know about me and how I guess I'm not at your house, but was supposed to be at your house, and kind of made out to be like,
That's a whole misconstrue. And number two, like, I haven't even left the fucking house, other than just now to run the Hitchcocks because I also gotta get a bag of ice.
You know what? You're right. I should have never brought it up. What I'm saying though is like, okay, so
And basically, fucking people are going behind my back for nothing this time.
I think what it is that I was there, and I'm not making a fuss about, whatever. I mean, I was trying to make the best of being in that environment in the first place. It's not like it was a day at the Ritz or a Holiday Inn, or like it's not like it was paradise, you know what I mean? It was, I'm there with my mom and my brother and just trying to deal with a very traumatic but yet savoring situation the best I can. Everyone's like, through the grapevine, it's like, you guys have made it like Seneca doesn't need to be here or whatever. Very strange dynamic of like kind of a strong hostile takeover almost, that I've even said in a lot of the recordings to you, hey, I have nothing against you. I'm proud of you for doing what you have to do. But I mean, like, it's super strange how I just don't understand what I really ever did to Sarah or even you or anybody to really deserve this type of slander behind my back.
I'm not slandering you, and I don't know what the fuck is being said. So this is why. You know what? Come see Mom.
I don't think you should be getting triggered or upset. I'm just having a conversation with you.
I'm done with people fucking making shit up when they have nothing to make up.
I'm not making anything up. I'm literally just talking to you like a human being.
Other fucking family members who just constantly want to fucking just start more shit just so that they.
I'm really not sure why you're getting so hostile that you're.
Because of the fact that I'm sitting here watching Mom fucking die.
Okay. Right, and that was the point.
I asked for help. You know what?
Dude, you just got me pushed away and I didn't even do anything wrong, is what I'm trying to say.
I didn't do that to fucking have anybody push anybody away. I asked for something simple as, hey,
okay,
can you help me out with at least feeding her, doing medications, doing shit like this, because I'm already up with her fucking all
literally
night.
The moment I got there, I was under some kind of strange, like, attack or something. And
no,
then
you took it as an attack when all I was trying to do is to show you by doing what I normally have to do for Mom. You wanted to take it as an attack.
No, I'm saying, like, between December 25th, hold on, between December 25th, I literally got in a car and then made it literally December 26th at 9:16 at night. I get there and immediately it's, I'm getting kind of bombarded by your wife, and it's not like I'm just being greeted in any way like a guest or anything. It was very discomforting, and I was doing everything I could to just get out of the car and catch my thoughts, and then and just be present. I hadn't been here in fucking 2.5 years, 2 years. So the moment I get through the door, I'm being blasted with this stuff, and it's like, whoa, I just got to the door. Can this be a peaceful experience? Like, hello? And
Well, I'm kind of glad then that none of you guys got to walk into an ICU when she's fucking on, completely sedated and on fucking blood transfusion. I'm glad I got to experience that. No, nobody else. I had nobody fucking there with me. Not to mention also, what about every other time? The first time that I fucking found out she had cancer, I had to drive up to the hospital. The very next day, she had the trach and can't even fucking say I love you. Can't say shit. That was hard. That was hard. You want to know who was there for me? Nobody. Fucking nobody. But they'll talk all the shit they fucking want. Because why? They're feeling their fucking guilty asses for not fucking picking up the phone and saying, hey, Ron, how the fuck are you doing?
hey, I wasn't here, and you're probably right about that. I don't
Well,
know.
that's why I'm saying, why the fuck would you listen to anybody who's not even been at my fucking house?
Lon, all I know is what I've seen so far by the actions of things gone on, plus evidence of the past, and the same stories that are being told that correlate by not just one but multiple people before I got here. And honestly, the story is it's
It's what,
like,
that I couldn't afford to have fucking 7 people chilling in my house, right? Like, I know.
no, that's not what it
realistically
was
couldn't.
at all. Maybe
No, but no. See, that's how I worded it to Dad. So instead of him just saying how it is, hey, they're really cramped in there. You really won't enjoy the space. I've even tried to say it that fucking way. He wants to split it, or April, whoever the fuck, Seneca. This is why when this is over, I hope people just lose my fucking number. I'll do what Joe did. Just fucking go about my own way. I can see it. I don't need this shit.
okay. I mean, hey, I've done nothing wrong to you, man, and that was my point that I was trying to make before. We had made
No, but you
plans.
know what, though?
Hold
It's
on.
like,
I
no,
originally was
even,
going to come down. I just
people-
heard you. Now you're interrupting me. I just let you speak, and now you're rudely interrupting me. Thank you. So I sat there and had very kindly addressed to you before of all my prime concerns with Mom and was trying to get there as fast as possible. Before I rushed out the door, I realized, just like down here, I mean, where's all my stuff? My stuff got packed up. It was nice and safe in that room until people went and got it. Now I don't know where everything is, which
I should have just left it there.
no, the point is